Now, this Apple slashing its iPhone XR prices in Japan. Joining us now, Gene Munster, Loop Venture Capital, Venture Management Managing Director. Gene, first of all, Apple, they launched all of these models, right? The less expensive models all at the same time. In retrospect, does that look like it was a big mistake?
I don't think so. And what they've been doing over the past 4 years, Charles, is trying to give a little of something for everybody. And so the breadth of the product has become much wider, and they needed to do that to compete against lower-priced Android phones, in particular some of the things that's going on in Asia and China from brands that a lot of people in the U.S. wouldn't even recognize. And so I don't think that they made any mistake. I think they're being very thoughtful about the product line. And I think some of these data points that are coming out related to the potential demand, I think, are a little bit misplaced. And I've covered Apple for a long time and have tried to read some of these tea leaves over the years and have found that it is a dangerous subject, especially when you're this early in the quarter. I think that these data points are more relevant as you get to the end of a quarter, like the end of December. So.
Well, we are accustomed to these stories, whether they're from the Taiwan Strait Times or whatever. There's always a story. They never seem to go away for years of somehow an Apple supplier being in trouble. Consequently, the stock takes a short-term hit. People look back later and say, golly, I wish I hadn't listened to the scuttlebutt. But one of the things that's been working for them is average selling price, Gene. It's gone up dramatically. It's really been amazing. Now, maybe they're taking a small hit to overall sales, but is it more important for their margins that they keep this average selling price going up? Because once that stalls, and perhaps maybe even volume stalls, that could be a terrible 1-2 hit to the company.
Average selling prices have been the big win for Apple over the past year. That's exactly right. They've gone from, call it, the high 600s to the high 700s on average. And that does create the question about how do you, as you start to anniversary some of those price increases, how do you keep this growth story going? And I think, surprisingly, there's still more upside to these prices. And part of the reason is that most people, call it 3/4 of iPhone owners globally, buy their phones on an installment basis. And so the difference between a $1,000 phone and, let's say, a $700 phone is about $10 a month. And this new idea, so I think that my take is you're exactly right. If they cannot continue to move prices higher over the next few years, that's a problem. But I suspect that they will be successful in doing that.
All right, all eyes are on that. And, of course, not breaking out the sales, I think, is something that's going to gnaw at Wall Street for a while. But I do want to switch gears, Gene, and I've got to ask you about Facebook because it's been pretty rough on this company. But CEO Mark Zuckerberg says he has no plans to go. What do you think?
Tough year for Facebook, not only from the headlines, but also the performance of the company and the stock. I think that Zuckerberg is still the right person to write this. He knows the company better than anybody, and I think it's even more important for him to be at the helm because I think it's going to get more difficult for Facebook to retain some advertisers. There are two major trends working against the company. One is it's becoming more clear that the company uses, really gets into people's emotions to propel engagement. You think about all the political content on Facebook, and that creates just a brand around Facebook that isn't very appealing to advertisers. And separately, most people don't feel good about themselves after they use Instagram or Facebook. I think that could be a pushback. It's important that Zuckerberg's at the helm during this period.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, he owns 60% of the voting share, so it's almost a moot question to begin with, but it's an interesting one. Gene, always great talking to you. We value your knowledge on all of this stuff. Thank you.